Once Upon a Time in
Hollywood. That was pretty good.
That was good. Solid start. All right. Ninth film from Quentin Tarantino and one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
So yeah, that's
that was
right.
on my list.
This was not on my list.
No? All right. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Starring Brad Pitt.
Leonardo
DiCaprio. I can't say his name. There's so many other people in it. Like Al Pacino's in this. Mm-hmm. He was really good, I thought.
Al Pacino, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell was good.
Margot Robbie. Just a lot. It's an ensemble cast, sort of, because it's not really like ensemble. It's a lot of big names, but that's what Tarantino's
he does
known for.
But I will have to say, this movie was not an ensemble movie.
No.
What'd you think of the movie?
I liked it. It got a little slow at times, and then like
at times,
and
slow the whole damn movie.
And then it was picked up real fast, but I kind of expected it.
Yep.
My wife, who's a first-time Tarantino watcher, was like, "Dude, is something gonna happen, or what's?" I'm confused. I was like, "Dude, that's just the style."
You watch Tarantino movie, it's basically for like the cinematography, the dialogues, and a lot of Easter eggs that he throws in there as well, and like the scene itself. To me, this movie, I liked it too, actually. I liked it a lot. I wasn't sure how I felt about it when I first came out of the movie. Because I was like, what the heck did I just watch? Because I was like, it's basically a love letter or a love story to Hollywood and how it was back in those days. I will argue with people that they think this movie isn't a buddy cop or like a two best friend movie. Because it was. This is
the best friend movie.
This is all about Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio character, which I love. They were the best part of the whole movie, in my opinion. So.
Anything you did or did not like? Let's get in. You said it was slow.
It's slow, but you know what? It was slow for on purpose, just because the way Tarantino does his movie. If you've seen all his movie, he is really good in giving you clues and setting up scenes for the ending. You've seen like that scene with Bruce Lee. With Bruce Lee, which I thought it was kind of weak. I didn't like the way they portray. That's one. There's a couple things I didn't like about it, and this is one of them. Is that I didn't like the way they portray him as Bruce Lee. He was really like cartoonish. He was like over the top. But I understand Tarantino. A lot of his movies are over the top. If you watch Inglourious Basterds and all that type of, they're way over the top. But it was just too. He threw me off the movie for a little bit, but that scene kind of sets up Brad Pitt's character as a bad A, and you see why.
That whole scene sets up like that whole joke too, like at the end where he's like, fair enough.
Tarantino is really good at setting up things. The torch we saw at the beginning, when Leonardo he did it. What's his name in the movie?
Rick Dalton.
Rick Dalton,
and he used Booth. Those are the coolest names ever.
And he used that torch at the end, so he's good at setting up things and making the story come together in the third act and the ending, which was, wow. I think that's the only fast-paced part that you have.
Let's talk about that. So this movie is centered around August 8th and 9th, 1969, about this fictional actor, and then Sharon Tate is kind of sprinkled around her. Sharon Tate, she's infamous for her untimely demise by the Manson family. Murdered her and like 3 other friends. So the whole time when you're watching her on screen, you're like, dude, what's going to happen to this girl? It's getting close to... And there's a little bit of the Manson family in there.
I love that scene.
That was a good scene.
When Tiff went to that ranch.
He went to Spot Ranch.
That scene was so awesome. And the way he shot that scene is he asked for that one dude that owns the ranch. And the whole time you're like, oh, we all think he's dead. He's dead. But then he throws his like, no, he's not. He's alive.
That scene does build up a lot of tension, and then it just kind of fizzles out, which is kind of on brand for Tarantino. But I thought it was really good.
The anticipation of like seeing the corpse of that dude, and you're like, but he was actually really blind. He's really there. He's really there. So it's like what? But the build up to it was what he was trying to get us to feel, and so.
Okay, let's talk about the last 20 minutes or so.
Last 20 minutes. Okay, now if you go into this movie...
expecting Sharon Tate to die. Or expecting any realism.
Yeah, then you're a fool. Because we all knew that this was going to be an alternative reality that he was going to film. Sharon Tate being alive, because they don't want to. They did not want to deal with that. What's it called? That part, because
That's just like distasteful, untasteful.
Very, and especially the anniversary. It came out on the day of the anniversary of the murder.
No, not quite. It's
Not quite. Okay, maybe a week of.
August 8th.
Okay,
So in a week.
in a week. Okay, it's just pretty close enough, and I don't think they didn't want to deal with the backlash of that event. And so I thought the ending was awesome.
Dude, awesome.
I-
Awesome.
It's the fact that that dog, that's so violent, so vicious in these scenes, and Tarantino, the way he does violence is pretty like outrageous and over the top. And I love that part when Cliff, he's in there beating the crap out of everybody, and then that girl goes outside, and you see Leonardo just sitting there, and he goes in his shed and gets his torch and torch the girl. Like, oh my gosh, that scene was awesome. And so I love the ending. It paid off for what the slow.
It was definitely a big payoff for the whole movie. And I definitely didn't see it coming. Anything you didn't like?
Well, besides Sharon Tate, I think Margot Robbie was really underused. I think she didn't really have a lot of line, if you really think about it. Like, no. And she was, every time she was on, it was more about the romance of what Hollywood is by playing certain songs and stuff to be able to get you into the feel of what the 1960s. The 60s and going into the 70s was. And you got the hippies going.
I think the whole purpose of her character was to show like it's still around the time of the Manson family.
Yeah.
Like it was a very real thing, and she was just happy. She was just happy to be an up and coming actress at the time. And
let's talk about favorite scenes. Do you have any scenes that pops up to you that you thought was incredible?
I really did like the Spawn Ranch scene.
I love that one too.
And I did like Cliff Booth's backstory when he goes to his trailer and he goes home to his dog, and you see the relationship he has with his dog. Like, he's the alpha. Like, I'm gonna eat, then you can eat. He's kind of poor. You don't want to expect that.
The only thing I wish they would have covered or go more into it was him killing his wife. They kind of like showed a scene and then they don't address it at all.
They cut it.
Then you're like, whoa, what happened? And I thought,
did he kill his wife?
I don't know. Was it an accident? Did the boat like bump something and he accidentally shot her, or did he purposely shot her? That's the kind of thing that I love about his character. There was a mystery to him, and that he was this, I don't know, a good friend. It was just a good friend to what's his name?
Rick.
Oh. I don't know the name. I just watched the movie. One of my favorite scenes is Rick going after he was filming the cowboy scene, and he screwed up and he goes in his trailer.
Freaks out.
And he freaks out. You know what? Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the best actors out there right now. That scene to me was awesome.
This is the first movie he's done since The Revenant.
Yeah. Well, he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he did.
I know I'm right. Say that again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, no, he did another movie, didn't he? No, you're right. But that scene, and if you notice his stutterness, did you know his stutter? And this is just
a super subtle character.
Yeah, and you don't know it until his stutters only comes when he gets nervous. If you ever think about it, like, and the way Leonardo DiCaprio portrayed this character was amazing. And I thought people throwing out there both of these, Brad Pitt and Leonardo, deserve an Academy Award nominee. And you know what? For that one scene alone, I don't see why not. I think
he was an actor, acting, portraying an actor, acting. It's very, very well.
He was so funny. His character, I love the chemistry between Brad Pitt and him. It was pretty sweet. And so, any scene else that stood out to you?
Not at the moment. I just liked it all around. Yeah. It was kind of slow and. Let's talk about that. So it was a little slow in the first and second act, and then there's like this 5-minute montage with exposition and just catches you up in like the last few months. I was like, you could have used the padding from the first and second act to just adjust that. But I mean, that was an artistic choice, I guess.
I was okay with it. I think that this kind of slow, the way Tarantino does his movie is, for me, I can't speak for it. I was actually glued and hooked to the movie because it's so slow. There's got to be tension build up at a certain point, and you're anticipating what's gonna happen. Oh, nothing happened. Like, you're not the edge of your seat, but at the same time, that curiosity comes out. What is he gonna do with this scene? What is he gonna do next? And but it works for me. I enjoyed it. I was like, it didn't even feel like 3 hours. I think they said it was a 3-hour movie. I could be wrong.
2:45 or something.
It didn't feel that way. I felt it was kind of, it was fine, and
It was a movie.
it was a good movie, and the ending paid off, and I love the ending, and so
Yeah.
the movie's good.
So let's give it a rating.
I give this probably opening night. I will definitely.
Opening night, all right.
I would give, because it's just Tarantino. People are gonna go watch this movie because of his name, and I don't think this is his best film. I've heard people out there that says this is the best film he has ever done, and I'm like,
Nah.
no.
I will also give this opening night. Yeah, I was gonna give it a Blu-ray, but thinking about it, I was like, yeah.
Did I
why not?
change your mind?
Yeah, kind of, because there's a lot to this movie, and you have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I still think this morning I got up and I was thinking about the movie. It's like, oh, that's a really good movie. Like I really enjoyed it. And so, anyways, go check it out.
Yeah, tell us what your favorite Tarantino movie is. Mine's Pulp Fiction, always will be. Inglourious Basterds, right below that.
That movie's so awesome,
Dude.
especially when they killed.
Building tension. That's
That's his thing. So, anyways, go check it out. Later, nerds.